Excited for today to have my guest Stephani back, my really good friend Stephani Lucas, creator of the Heart-Centered Planning Principles. And it's going to be really exciting because today we're going to break down an exercise that Stephani gave me a long time ago, but she's had a tremendous amount of success and results with the people she's been able to impact in their lives with this exercise. So Stephani, thanks so much for coming today. I really appreciate you making the time.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I love to be here. I love chatting about these things with you.
It's awesome. We sent this video out to all of our clients and we got incredible feedback. People were reaching out. A lot of people reached out and said, hey, she was incredible. Thank you so much for bringing her on. We really learned a lot from the Heart-Centered Planning. So what I want to do is I want to turn it over to you because you gave me a really powerful exercise. You've given me so many things over the course of us working together and knowing each other, but you gave me a great exercise a few months back, and it's had amazing results in my life. In fact, I actually texted you the very next day and I was like, this is unbelievable. You're not going to believe the story that happened the very next day. But I wanted you to share that with everyone and then tell some of the things that have happened for you and your friends and clients in that process as well.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So after I share it, then I want you to share what happened for you.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
And I do have some really great stories as well.
Okay,
So
that's fair.
This is an exercise that I don't even remember where I found it. It was like on Instagram or TikTok or something, obscure place. And I thought, gosh, that's really great languaging. And if I can really believe it, then it will be. So what it is you write this down and put it next to your bed or have it on your phone, look at it before bed, whatever you need to do. But it's for 21 days. And as you know, anything you do for 21 days becomes habitual. So the point of it is to get you into a place where it becomes natural for you to think of this all the time. So before bed, you say, I intend to wake up on my most abundant timeline, knowing exactly what to do. And I repeat it 3 times. So I intend to wake up on my most abundant timeline, knowing exactly what to do. And then when you wake up, you say, I am awake, present, and anchored on my most abundant timeline, knowing exactly what to do 3 times. Now you can actually kind of change it up for your own self. I like to say my most abundant, happy, and healthy timeline.
Oh, I like that.
So, however you want to do it, just the biggest part of it is believing it. If you believe it, it will be. And you're sort of like leaving the energy to come into you when you say, I know exactly what to do. So then it allows you to exercise your intuition and your ability to kind of decide when things come your way. Am I going to do that? Is that for my greatest good?
Yeah.
Is that going to benefit me in my business? Is that going to benefit my family? Is that going to whatever it is that you're, looking at wanting to be abundant? So
powerful stuff. It's so cool. And my experience, I'll share with you. So you share it with me. I did it obviously because like when you tell me to do something, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna take action on it. I did it the first night, did it the next morning, came into the office. I had a couple challenges and something I was trying to work on for a long time. And it just literally like resolved in front of me that day. It just all worked out. And I texted her, I was like, this is crazy. Like I've been working on this stuff for like weeks. And just all of a sudden it's like it came into fruition that day. And so it is powerful when you can, organize that and get yourself ready to receive that, how magical that is when these things show up. And I think it's because we prime our day, we get our subconscious right to start to look for these opportunities, and they do show up when you're ready for them.
They do. And especially when you believe it and you open yourself to it, that's the biggest part, is the belief.
Yeah. To any skeptic out there, I always say, like, the proof is the whole woke up on the wrong side of the bed thing, right? Like if you're going to give power to waking up on the wrong side of the bed and then all these things go wrong, like why can't you give power to the other way and say, hey, you can bring good things into your life as well?
Exactly. Yeah. So a couple stories I'd like to share about this is, so I have a friend who's a nurse, and she actually works in an IV lounge as part of her nursing. And I shared it with her as I was in there getting my IV, because IVs are great, as you know.
Cool. Yeah.
And I shared it with her. And so she did it that day. And the next time I saw her, she was like, the next day after I did this, I came in and I got a bonus that I was not expecting. I had no idea. And then she said 2 days later, I come in and they gave me a raise. And I was just like, oh, that's amazing. Like what awesome like timing for these things to happen. And I know that it's not a coincidence, it's a synchronicity. Like it was, you know, her ability to believe it and to call it in. And whatever needed to be orchestrated, her boss was like, she needs more money. And that's exactly what she was wanting.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's amazing. Very
Yeah.
similar to my experience with it as well. And just to share, I continue to have really great experiences for the whole time I was doing that.
Yeah.
You know, I did it for a duration of time to test it, but I think it's time to start doing it again because I'm like,
Yes.
why break the habit? Why not just keep it as a part of your daily routine?
That's right. So because it's so habitual, I say it constantly.
Yeah.
And whenever something creeps into my mind that is negative, or it's like, oh my gosh, I have to pay for this, or oh, I can't believe that expense came up, or whatever, then I think about this. I'm on my most abundant timeline, knowing exactly what to do. And that last time we spoke, I shared the, you know, I'm circulating wealth and it's coming back to me tenfold.
I
So
love
my
that. I use that
right?
all the time.
Right? So
Yeah.
it's like that's calling in some, and then it's going out, but then like more is coming in, and it's just like, you know, constantly abundance.
Yeah.
Another story too, that one of my agents, he started doing it in October of last year. So he got into the habit of doing it constantly. And by February, he had made a third of what he made the year before. So in 2 months,
Whoa.
he made, yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not sure exactly where he's at right now for the year, but definitely ahead of where he was.
Yeah.
And the fact that he made that much in 2 months of the year was
Doubled his income.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I'll tell you a crazy story about what you shared me in our last video about circulating wealth. So just this week, I had a little surprise. Both my AC units went out. And in Arizona in August, you got to have AC units. Like that can't happen. So that, and AC unit is way more expensive than I remember being. So it's like, you know, just 20 grand out of nowhere. And I went, instead of getting down about it and being like, oh, well, there was 20 grand that just had to, you know, go out the window basically for AC, which you need. It's a necessity here.
yes.
I circulated that. I said, hey, you know what a blessing. Like this is going to come back to me tenfold.
Yep.
And it turned it from something that would have been ordinarily a little bit of a bummer, or for some people devastating, to absolutely some incredible opportunity. And now I'm excited to see what shows up.
Yes, I love that.
So that was powerful for me. And even just having that, right? Like it being able to go to there instead of going to the negative side, it just helped my whole week. Like some people could go into a depression over that and it would ruin days or stay there for weeks.
Exactly.
But being able to flip it so quick was like, hey, I can just get right back in the game.
Yes.
And get back to enjoying.
And staying in that negative mindset then repels any of the goodness to come in, right? Yeah. Because the energy matches the energy. Right. So when you decide you're gonna like be abundant and happy about this happening, it opens you to receive even more good stuff, because it's like, oh, there's really good positive energy happening over there. I want to match that. You know. So yeah.
It's powerful. What I love about your approach to this, Stephanie, is like I feel like as somebody who helps serve a lot of people, I have an impact on many families that I get to serve and everybody I come in contact with. But being in your role, right, you help clients individually, but you mainly help people like me. So you have an impact in several communities around the country in a profound way. So the fact that you're pouring this into your advisors and it's trickling into their networks, it's just such a powerful thing. And I wish more of our back office partners, our uplines, our teammates, our partners in the field like you embrace these types of ideology and strategy. Because it's so powerful and it does have a massive impact. Yeah.
Could you imagine how much better things would flow if this was the norm?
I know.
How people would just do things because they're like, let's get this done, versus like, it's not my job.
Right.
I can't help you.
Yeah.
No, but you can. You're choosing not to. And then you're putting a kink in the system. And it's like, let's get the kinks out, because then if it all flowed, there would just be so much more happening.
You need a mastermind with the CEOs of all the companies you work with. That would be awesome.
Totally. Oh my God, that would be so cool.
I would support that. Well, Stephanie, that's why I love having you on the show. That's why I love supporting you. I'm so grateful for you know, getting a chance to work with you and to call you a friend and a colleague over these years. So I hope everyone out there gets something out of this and really enjoys this kind of content. If you have any questions for Stephani and you want to learn more about heart center planning, comment down below. And if you want to check out our other video, which I highly encourage if you haven't, check that out over here. We're going to post a little link to it. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.